Hi, how y'all doing? Oh no, it's not. It's Saturday, January the 17th, 2026. Excuse me. I got something stuck in my throat. Here in Ontario, Canada, the skies were cloud covered. Again, it snowed in the afternoon, but it stopped. It's off and on kind of thing, right? Um, I didn't do much today, but I resonated with stuff on YouTube, right? So the frustration is gone. I'm grateful. Um, I dreamt last night, woke up a couple of times. I was talking to somebody about my son, my youngest one that got the job, on how he was being attacked when he was a baby, right? When I put him to bed in his own room in his crib. So he wouldn't sleep in that room. So he slept with me until he was 6, right? It didn't matter what I did, he needed to be around me. And I'm like that with a bunch of different people, right? If they're near me, no harm comes to them, right? It's different. So, yeah, I thought that was weird. I was trying to remember who I was talking to in my dream about it, right? Um, Different kind of day, I suppose. It was a bit heavy in the rise, but as the day progressed, it got lighter. My ears were ringing, but not in a staticky kind of way. I'm not sure if I can explain it. It's not bothering me at all, right? The Schuman, guess what it is? 310. Wow, right? I knew it was high. I felt it was high today because I had a creative surges, right? Like I had a coconut and I opened it, got rid of the shell, and I was sitting in it was in my fridge for a couple days, and I ate some of it, and I thought, what am I gonna do with it, right? So I took it out today and I put it through a grater. I grated it by hand into shred. I shredded it, and now I'm drying it, right? I'm going to use it for cooking or baking or just for eating, right? It's healthy. It's a coconut, you know? Um, and then my friend, I asked her if she'd come over, go to the store for me. So she went over and we sat for just a bit. I smoked a part of a joint with her, right? And we started talking, telling her about the Aquariuses or the Aquarius husband I had, the Leo husband I had, the different personality or different behaviors they had and stuff like that, right? Just different stuff. And then I told her about the Califia queens out of California. It was a melanated woman's city. They were all warriors. They called them Amazons, right? Around the world. Because they weren't just in California, they were around the world, right? And their castle looked like the in the old Disney movies when the picture of the castle comes up and Twinkle Bell, comes at the very end and hits her wand and the sparkles come down. Well, that's a replication of the Califia's castle that they knocked down in California because they had to put it in your genetic memory, right? And she was like, the fairy tale. I said, yeah, like the fairy tale, right? So, just different stuff like that. I was telling her about how we had tobacco tribes and marijuana tribes, right? We grew it, smoked it, sold it, used it as medicine, this kind of stuff, right? Before they came over, invaded, and took everything we did that's natural and turned it into regulations and monetized it because they can't think of anything new themselves, right? They have to copy. They they have no genius, ingenuity, you know? So yeah, and then I just sat and watched some YouTube, listened to a podcast or two, went to make my dinner. As I was doing that, there's a knock on the door. It's two of the neighborhood children, right, wanting to make some money, asking to shovel snow. So I was like, yeah, you can shovel that snow that's in front of my truck, right? And I'll pay you for it. Just do a good job, make it smooth, right? I had to check on them a couple of times because they weren't really doing it right. You know, they were doing it the hard way. So I told them how to do it the easy way, you know? So yeah, they were happy. And on their way they went, right? How are you feeling today? I have pressure in my head. Still in my back, same spot last night. But where else it seems to be okay. I got some sharp pains in my shoulder, or beside my shoulder blades, earlier in the rise today, just when the snow started starting. The snow started starting? Yeah, the snow started snowing. So, other than that, I'm not doing nothing. Just watching YouTube, right? Oh, you know what's different too? Is one of the scammer Iranian YouTubers I watch, right, posted a video today. That proves even more than that he's a scammer, because the Iranians had the regime cut off their internet, right? So no news could come out. Nobody could see what was happening over there, right? And the only way you can get news out is with Starlink satellite equipment. And if this guy can afford to have a Starlink satellite equipment, that means he's got some coin. You know what I mean? Probably from all the people watching his YouTube channel and supporting and donating, helping the poor family out. All right? So interesting. Good tell on yourself there, buddy. You know? But yeah, truth, right? I asked to see the truth. I'm grateful for it. Now more needs to come out. It really does. Did you know years ago I told my channel that in Greenland there was a spaceship that was in the under the snow in Greenland? It was 3 miles wide circumference, right? It was cloaked. And now I'm starting to hear people talk about it on YouTube, some of the truthers, right? I thought, wow, they're a bit late, right? I think I talked about this in 2021. So, yeah, there's a lot more to Greenland than we know. I was listening to somebody today saying that there's an underground city there too, right? So I wonder what else is there. Maybe it's not green at all. Maybe it's just part of it that's green, right? They lie about everything. We can't believe the maps either because they drew them, right? So I bet you there's lots more land we don't know about, closer to us than we think it is, you know? So weird. So weird. I was watching a travel adventure YouTuber last night, and he went to the Philippines to, what is it called, Happy Town? It's right on the pier, right? You see all the shipping containers and stuff piled up in the distance, and all the people who live in like a slummy kind of area, but it's also packed together, right? And it's right on the dock, right off the dock. I said, what does this remind me of? I've seen a movie like this before, right? That's where the pirates went, right? So all the people that went there and owned stores and hotels and all that were of not very moral. Shall we put it that way? Right? Just like the people who worked in the gold rush towns were not very moral people. All right? Not that different. In a fairy tale, who are these people? Right? Because I see everybody kind of different now. I do, because everybody has their own costume too, like traditional clothes, what you wear in the fairy tale, right? I've just been looking at people and trying to work it out, see what fairy tale they resemble, right? I know, sounds a little bit strange, but it's just what it is. It's what I see. So yeah. All right. I wanted to make a video today. Wasn't going to, but then I thought, well, yeah, might as well make a video. I seen how high the Schuman was, and I thought that's why I'm feeling so good today. You know? It wasn't pressuring me like it has before. Some kind of energy's involved, probably. But Stephen Burns would say that, watch out, there's going to be an earthquake, because whenever this kind of stuff happens, right? But nothing seized up on me, nothing, no tension. So if there's an earthquake, it's being pretty easy on me, right? Tomorrow's the new moon. So reset, set new intentions, new goals, new ideas, new programming, whatever, right? I'm grateful for the comments on my channel. Thank yous. All right. The Iranians are still okay. They're still holding in there, doing strong. There is no room for surrender. So we can expect a victory any day now. That's what I'd say. And they're pumping off in other countries like Germany and England or the UK. I've seen where a couple of Iranian people were beaten by anti-Iranian people, right? So, that's always paid for, right? The protesters and stuff, right? Crisis actors, right? They get paid to do that. So, this is to kick out the regime from those countries too, right? When they find out there's so many supporters for them. This is what I would think, because everything is going to go better than what the media tells you, Just like Carney, the prime minister here, going to China to meet whatever, the president there, and how they made a deal about EVs and canola oil and stuff like that, right? Something good's going to come out of it. That's not what it seems, All these people have been replaced already. So don't put your emotion or your energy into anything. Just wait and see what unfolds, okay? And then you can laugh. All right. Every day I'm happier than the day before. Every day I vibrate higher than the day before. And every day I have more gratitude. Love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye. Bye.